YouTube. Good evening. This is Dawn here, welcoming you back for another movie night review, number 385, called Chippie. This is a horror short film, so let's get into the movie night review right now. All right, so there are some suspects involved with a missing person. Okay, so there are some locals there. It's like a black community, but not really a black community. It's more niche fit, uh, a children's type of vibe, not a gang. So they're just kind of like locals, all right? And his brother is missing, his brother Dion, and they're trying to figure out where he could be. So at this shop where they make chips, all right, it's called Chippie's, but it's like French fries. It may be in London, the setting. It may be a London setting. But the brother believes that they don't like black people and that his brother is missing. Maybe they can figure it out with how the guy is so by himself and with his skin condition and all. Maybe him making the chippies or the chips are what he needs to figure out why his brother is missing. So, towards the middle of the movie, you start to figure out that nobody is going to find his brother, that it's all about French fries and why people don't like blacks, okay? And then, or minority types, okay? In this situation, it's more minority types because the guys can kind of walk on their own. There's just one a little bit tinier than the other. Oh, wow. Sorry about that. Wow. Wow. Oh, God. Trying to get this, I may want to start over again. All right, if I can start over from here, I'll be good to go. So there's just one a little tinier than the rest. Other than that, they're just trying to find his brother. And when he goes in there, towards the middle of the movie, you'll start to understand about why there's something in there and why not, and why they're not all together. You'll start to figure it out. But when you figure it out, please comment because it doesn't seem like it's anything about it. It just seems like a fixture, some collagen, messy lipids, and a guy throwing his memory. That's about it. So let's go ahead and start with the subject for tonight, okay? The subject for tonight is comparable methods, okay? Now, everybody's lending each other a hand, but nobody can get to the place. So there's one up front and the other ones are in the back. So comparable methods, I'm only going to mention the subject one more time, which was just then, okay? So please remember a bit, but those methods are the ones where everybody is together, okay? So all in all, there's nothing going on. Comparable methods, which I just mentioned it again, is the only way where a person can figure out for themselves how to get out of the situation. If things are up front and there's some in the back, that's the only thing we have to go on. Somebody's discussing what method it is, and somebody's discussing there's an issue. But when there's a problem and solution, or an issue and solution, nobody understands why the problem is going up to where I'm at only. It just goes to the next certain guy, but no one required him from the start. And then nobody did a start for them either. So it just has to fade because nobody knows why a fade is there and why a unpleasant is there and why the next delusionment is there. No one knows. So when no one knows, you would put it in the no one knows category, and you would start to see a very large nose. But everybody calls that racist until you see the white guy with the largest nose or a skin problem. But if his is the largest, we would not call it a parrot until there's a spirit guide who says all parrots are good. So if everybody is getting into a busyness, a liar would have the longest nose or the largest, and the small nose would be the one who isn't the liar. Until someone calls someone a devil again, and the story starts over again with one side being the minority and the others being a larger set on something on you. So until you figure it out, comparable is only the only because nobody knows what existence arrived to call someone out of their name or if it was a name from the start. And it wasn't a name from the start until I recognized the guy doesn't know how to talk. If you know that his part is the largest, you would always place him with a smaller get-go. If that get-go is smaller than the other get-goes, no one's a lizard anymore, or a person they would call King Fear. So whenever the get-go is get out of here, get going, and it's not a gecko, but a lizard, everybody knows a lizard-friendly story now and again. But fear is always king until someone knows which person is doing what. So clean all of those and understand that she came up from the side. Everybody knows it. So nobody's in a disloyal way. They just know that somebody knows that someone is disloyal and not loyal at the same time. So whenever there's someone who is distrustful, if you don't have enough money, if you don't have enough say-so, if you don't have enough people to say that you are the one, then like I said, comparable methods has only been a witness for ones that discover themselves not lost when there's a whole bunch of little heads that want to say someone's in a jar of something to have a faggot to recognize nothing at all. But if you knew that one has a large nose and the other one doesn't, you probably figured out that I'm talking about the opposites. Well, yeah, because nobody has a large nose until they just say they have a large nose, okay? Thank you.